So we bought some tilapia fish and they're getting bigger and they're overwhelming the fish filters. So I came up with this little contraption. I went online and looked at a few other people's design, and they do work, but it was a little bit more to it than this. I built mine off of based off of your home septic system. You have your inlet from your pump that's in the fish tank, and that's going to pump the water into here. And this is just an ice cream bucket. Not the best thing to use, but it's the only thing I had at the time. And I got this pointed up just for the fact that this bucket's so short in length that if I put it down, it would constantly stir up the fish poop on the bottom, and then it would just let it flow back into the tank anyways. So by having that up, it kind of just shoots water up and just kind of falls in there. And then it'll have time to settle before it goes out here. Now, this is 3/4 inch PVC, and this is like 3/8 or 1/4, whatever the pump size was, I don't remember. So if you have a really big pump, this is gonna need to be quite a bit bigger. I just have one of them little small pumps, I don't know, they're 2 inches or something from Amazon, and does pretty good. So I'm gonna end up actually converting it to this like shoe size container from Walmart, and that's gonna give it a lot better time for everything to settle before, like when this is on the other end here, it'll be more cleaner of water coming out because the manure inside this holding tank will have more time to separate. I mean, this does work, and it did a really good job. As you can see here, it caught a lot. So this has to be bigger than this, because the problem is once this starts filling this up, if it's the same size, it won't drain as fast, and it'll just end up filling this container up and overflowing. Now, with this part here, it's just 2 90s on 3/4 inch PVC, and I have this sitting on top of the tank with 2 boards like this. So I just have it shoved through, and it might leak a little bit, and it's not, to me, it's not really the end of the world because it just drops right back into the tank anyways. Now on this one, there's a 90 with a little chunk, so if you look at your tank, that 90 probably only comes down to about here, and you can kind of see already here how much solids are on the bottom in this corner. So you don't want that to go all the way to the bottom of that 90. You just want to keep it enough where whatever size pump you have of the water level. So if your pump is bigger and this is actually filling the toad up more, you might not even need to put a little piece of PVC on that downspout. Now with the 90, you don't really want to use a T, because if it does fill up more, about halfway or something, what will happen is, if you can kind of see here, there's floaties on top. Well, if you have a 90, them floaties will now just end up going right back into here with a T, and then back into your tank. So you want to just keep it like this. It's pretty much whatever your inlet is. If it starts overwhelming the tank that you're filling, so like this one for an instance, if it gets worse, I might have to move this up to a 1 inch piece or something. Now if you really want to make it sealed off, you can use one of these fittings here, and they have a rubber washer, and what you would do is drill a hole through the tank and screw it on each end, and that will make it nice and sealed. And then these have threads in the end of them, and then you can actually downsize it and then end up coming out to a barb fitting on this opposite side that you would hook your fish tank pump to. And that way, if you didn't want to leave it on top of your tank, and that's what I'm going to try to do, so that way I can put the lights back on the tank. Hopefully that helps somebody else. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments, and I can see what I can do for you. Thanks.